Welcome back to Sakima's Ridge Homestead. Looks like spring may finally be here. So things are starting to green up. I think it was pushing 80 degrees yesterday. I think it's supposed to be up in maybe the low 70s today, but we're supposed to get rain after that for a couple days. So we're going to take this opportunity to go out and take a look at the beehives. Haven't been in them yet this year. They both look pretty strong. But let's take this opportunity to get in there and see how they're doing. Hello, and welcome to our channel. We're glad you're here. There are our two remaining hives that come out of winter. As you can see, there's quite a bit of activity on both of them. The smaller box on the right, the I guess light green colored box, was the swarm that we caught out in the pasture last year that went into our swarm trap. And the taller box, the tan and blue box on the left, is the nuke we bought from JC's Bees. So we'll get into the swarm trap hive first, and then we'll get into JC's nuke, and we'll take a look in there and see how things are going. This hive's always been a little on the aggressive side, so we'll see how they are this year. Like they're eating the pollen patties a little bit. Yeah, and here they come. Take this feeder off of here. Kind of a beat piece of foundation. Some rough foundation. They're drawing a little bit of natural comb on that one. That one's drawn out pretty good but empty. So they definitely have plenty of room in here. This is mostly drawn down. It is empty, but they are storing nectar right up in here. And I do see a couple bees with pollen on them, so they're starting to build up some stores. We're getting closer to the brood here. Okay, there's some brood here on the top. All this capped is brood. It's a lot of bee bread the whole way around that. So they are in production. Don't see our queen on that frame. Never want to do what I just did, which is lose control of the edge and drop it. Because if the queen happens to be on there, I could have just knocked her onto the ground for all I know. This is an interesting frame. I'll bring this over and show you. This is actually either a medium or a shallow that they have built comb on the bottom of. And it is packed full of brood on both sides. There are some drone in there. That's what those bubble looking comb or cells are. They've got a lot of bee bread and pollen on the bottom. Again, I don't see the queen anywhere. They are definitely laying some brood in here. almost put that one in backwards. At this point I could almost stop the inspection because we see brood, we see a lot of activity, so we know it's a good healthy hive. Lots of brood on this frame as well, and some capped honey. Still not seeing my queen, but sometimes they're hard to spot. Couple more frames to check out here. Quite a bit of drone brood on this one. A lot of brood on this side. A lot of larvae. It's not capped yet. Need to be careful with this frame because it's a natural comb frame that doesn't have any wire in it. So if I tip it too far, it might just tear right out of there. This also is a natural comb frame. I need to be careful with it as well. Not tip it. Woo, there she is. I'm not sure if you can see her or not, but the queen is right here. This one with the longer bottom on her. So there is our queen. Hopefully you can see her there. Get these put back, especially now we got to be real careful with this frame since we know the queen's on here. We don't damage her. We won't pull that last frame out since we know the queen's on that one we just had. Carefully put all these back the way they were. Be careful when you're doing this, you don't squish bees in between the edges of the frames, because they always seem to want to crawl across there when you're putting them back together. So they seem to be concentrating more on this half of the hive than over here. Not quite as much activity on this side. We're probably going to replace these two outside frames since their foundation's pretty messed up on them, and that comb they're building's a little off. So tighten these up, center them back up. And I think I'm going to leave the feeder frame off since they've got plenty of stores in there, and also leave the entrance reducers off since they're doing pretty good. Alright, so we'll give these ladies a minute or two to calm down, and then we'll move over into this hive. Okay, there's only 2 or 3 left flying around me from the other hive, so we'll get in this larger one. Give them a little smoke. A few wadded up on the lid. I want to make sure the queen's not in there. I've made that mistake before. I got lucky one time and didn't lose my queen because she was on that lid. Not seeing her on there. Set that to the side. And again, we'll get rid of this old pollen patty. Pretty well dried up. Get this feeder frame off of here. And again, we'll leave that feeder frame off when we're done. Ooh, I see him over there. Banging off that camera. Give you a little smoke. Get the bees away from the camera. Some bees just do not like the camera. That frame's just drawn out but empty. Capped honey and nectar. Pretty much expecting to just find a lot of honey on this top medium box. Ooh, that's a heavy one. Lots of capped honey on both sides. With all the honey going on up here, I really don't have much fear of finding the queen up top, but we'll be careful. That's all honey and bee bread, pollen. Same thing on this side, all honey and bee bread. So they've definitely got a lot of stores in here. They're in good shape food-wise. Okay, this frame has got some brood on it, and some larvae, and some bee bread, and honey. And this side's got quite a bit of drone brood on it. So the queen has been up here. Lots of drone brood as well on this one. Drone brood on this side. Not seeing our queen yet. I might feel one crawling up my leg. And of course, inside my jeans. Yep, there's one inside my jeans. Lots of drone brood on this. Some actual hatched drones as well. As much as I hate to walk away from this, I think I'm going to go try and get this one out of my pant leg before I get stung. Be right back. Okay, I was able to shake her out of my pant leg and not get stung. That's a first. Lots of drone brood. this hive is going to need split very soon before they end up swarming. There's just a metric ton of bees in here. No brood on this, but there's honey. Honey and nectar on this one. Trying to show you this interesting formation on this frame. How they built this little outcropping here, and they'll go out behind it. It's kind of interesting. It's amazing the stuff they do. And I can see that last frame is mostly all honey. Put this one back together. Carefully. Since we didn't see our queen, she could be on any of these frames. So we need to be extra careful. We don't smush anybody. And at this point, I am not going to get in the lower hive and upset them any further. We know we've got brood and stores, nectar and pollen. So we know our queen's laying. So there's not much point in getting in the bottom. I'm going to clean this burr comb off this cover though. Okay, get them covered back up. Alright, we'll move away from here so they can calm down and do a little wrap up. Okay, as you can see there, we have two good healthy hives, nice and strong. Obviously the one on the left there is a little stronger than the one on the right. That nuke from JC's has just been astounding. We have ordered 2 more this year. We're going to do one, and we bought a flow hive for Paula's granddaughter because she wants to try and keep bees. So one of those nukes is going to go in that flow hive for her, and then we'll just put one in a regular hive for us. So what do I have to do back here? Probably going to have to split JC's hive. It's getting a little overcrowded. They got a lot of drone brood in there. Last thing I want to do is have them pop a queen cell in there and lose half those bees. So I need to get that split. I want to take that blue medium off of there and replace it with a different medium. I have a previous video where I made those medium boxes off a gentleman in Canada's bee channel. He makes all his own equipment, and I didn't realize his boxes are just a hair wider than standard. So that blue nuke that's on there, or pardon me, that blue medium that's on there sticks out about 3/8 of an inch wider than the other boxes. So I've made new boxes. I need to swap that out with one of the thinner medium boxes. I want to add a medium to the other hive before they start to overcrowd that one. And that'll give them both some room to grow. So if you have any questions or comments, please put them down below. I'm by no means a professional beekeeper. We've been doing this for a few years. Had some successes, had some failures. So they always say you ask 10 beekeepers a question, you're going to get 15 different answers. Everybody does it different. What I do is not necessarily right or wrong. It's right for me. What you do is not necessarily right or wrong. It's right for you. With beekeeping, you have to do what you find works. So, like I said again, any questions or comments, please put them down below. Appreciate it if you would subscribe and give us a thumbs up. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Have a good day. I wanted to wait till I made it all the way to the porch before I jinxed myself. No stings today.